Good day, lovely viewers. You are welcome to School on Air. Today we shall be looking at the second part of adverbs. Adverbs. Now, our objectives are to throw more light on the usage of adverbs and to broaden the average student's horizon on its usage. The principal job of an adverb is to modify. Now, that means to give more information about verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. In the following examples, the adverbs are in bold and the words that modify them are in italics. Now, they modify a verb. John speaks loudly. John speaks loudly. Now, let's look at this. Modify a verb. Now, John speaks loudly. So now let's look at this. We say an adverb modifies an adjective. So here we say John speaks loudly. So what is the grammatical function of speak? It is a verb. Now, loudly here is our adverb, which is modifying the verb. All right. So, an adverb modifies a verb. So, we look at Mary lives locally. We say, where does Mary live? She never smokes. When does she smoke? Now, an adverb modifies an adjective. He is really handsome. He is really handsome. What is the adjective there? The adjective there is handsome. And the adverb there is really. So we are saying here that it modifies an adjective. An adverb modifies an adjective. Let's write it on the board. Now, an adverb can also modify another adjective. She drives incredible slowly. Adverbs have other functions too. They can modify a whole sentence. Obviously, I can't know everything. Now, obviously is modifying the whole sentence. 2, it modifies a prepositional phrase. It's immediately inside the door. It's immediately inside the door. Now, an adverb modifies other verbs. Verbs are in bold, adverbs are in italics. The thief acts stupidly. Now we say the verbs are in bold and then the adverbs are in italics. So the verb here is acts and then the adverb here is stupidly. It answers the question how. The thief never shoots because he has no gun. It answers the question when. So here we find that never is actually qualifying the shoots, which is the verb. The thief robs locally. Answers the question where. An adverb modifies other adverbs. Adverbs in italics. The thief walks incredibly clumsily. The thief walks incredibly clumsily. The thief acts really stupidly. Now notice that incredibly and clumsily are both adverbs. So here, incredibly is also modifying or giving more information to another adverb, which we have here as clumsily. An adverb modifies other adjectives. Adjectives are in bold, adverbs are in italics. The thief is extremely stupid. So the thief, extremely, is what is modifying. The very dumb thief is now in jail. Adverbs also have other functions. You may see them modify a prepositional phrase. The thief was arrested just outside the apartment. The thief was arrested just outside the apartment. You may find an adverb modifying an entire sentence. As we've already said, let's take some more examples. Examples. She is really beautiful. That is when they modify an adjective. So the adjective here is the word beautiful, and then the adverb is really. So the object, which is she, which is also a pronoun. Now never forget our study on pronouns. And is here, which is also an auxiliary verb, is really actually is the adverb which is modifying the adjective. She sings incredibly slowly. Incredibly and slowly when they modify another adverb. Obviously, I can't do everything. Obviously, now this is modifying the whole sentence. That's when they modify a whole sentence. It's immediately inside the door when they modify a prepositional phrase. The man walks incredibly clumsily when they modify an adverb. Now let's look at what we've been learning so far. We've said that adverbs modify adverbs. They can also modify adjectives, and they modify whole sentences and prepositional phrases. Let's take some exercises. Now select the correct adverbs from the given sentences. 1. In many cases, I can scarcely prevent myself from peeking at the last chapter to see the ending. A. From. B. Scarcely. C. Prevent. D. Many. 2. I especially like detectives who carefully hunt for clues. A. Hunt and carefully. B. Like and especially. C. Especially and carefully. D. Like. 3. I have been a fan of mystery stories since I was quite young. A. Fun. B. Quite. C. Since. D. Young. 4. I never start reading a mystery story if I have a homework, because then it is more tempting to read than to study. A. Never. Then and more. B. Never. Then. C. Never. More. D. never, more. If I like a story, that is the fifth question and the last one, I almost never put it down until I finish it. A, almost never. B, almost never until. C, almost never down. D, never and down. So this is our second part of adverbs. We've said that adverbs can modify their own adverbs. It can also modify adjectives. It can modify prepositional phrases, and then it can modify whole sentences. I know with this simple presentation, you'll be able to find out in sentences where whenever you see them, adverbs, and be able to use them in your own sentences. Now, this has been School on Air coming your way, and we cannot wait to see you in our next class. Bye bye.